Before I get into the clips for the Newaza Cup, I would like to dedicate this video to my dear friend Bilal. May his soul rest in peace. I'm going to leave a link in the description to the Pluto Specs Foundation and also a link for the Instagram page. If it wasn't for Bilal, I would have never embraced my own unknown journey and I would have never started this YouTube channel. So this video is dedicated to you, Bilal.
Don't let him play with your head, Luca.
We did this ass off. Yeah, there you go.
What's your target, boys? But if you want to break your muscle, bring your knees towards your chest. That's it.
And again, feel off the top of the back of the head. The top of the back of the head.
Nice, I like that overall. Looks good.
Feel off the top of the back of the head.
Yeah, slowly start going down.
Do you know what to do? Do you know what to do? Good boy. Pressure. Up and out, mate.
Break it up, Luca.
On your arm.
Let's break that posture a bit.
Good boy. Nice work.
Knees
And
up high,
again,
finish
pressure. That's your game. That's your game, mate. That's your
Push
game.
that elbow, push that elbow, push that elbow.
Sit on it. Sit on it. Sit on it. Ah.
Alright, so what was going through my head before and during this match was, well, before I had planned on warming up, you know, getting loose, getting ready, but it said that my first match would be at 10:45 and I think this match ended up happening at like 10 o'clock. So I didn't even get to warm up, nothing, but it was fine because I was feeling calm. I was focusing on my breathing. I had a very good mindset compared to past competitions. This is my 4th competition, and in the past I've lost the match before I even stepped onto the mats. I had the mindset of like, geez, he looks big, or he looks really tall, how did he make 70, stuff like that. Now this time I was really focused on just lock in, be confident, and you'll be fine. So I feel like I was doing really well. Just didn't get that warm up, but it was fine. Shout out to Khan, he was coaching me in the corner. I could hear him loud and clear. And then once we go out there, I managed to pull guard and get that triangle, but I didn't fully get it. I felt him defend it very well, and that's when I sort of realized, like, all right, yeah, he's got a good understanding. It's going to be a bit more difficult. But he ends up locking up that, it was like a baseball choke, sort of, or like a side guillotine. And I was still very calm in my head and I was thinking, I'm fine, like relax. But then I thought like, oh no, that's actually really tight. And I slapped him pretty hard on the back. I went up to him straight after, apologized at the end of the day and all these things, but he was very cool and very understanding. He's like, nah, it's fine, bro, like relax. But it was deep and it was slick, and even Khan said like, that was nice, like you gotta respect it, it was slick, and all credit to him, that was very good.
I'm useless, I'm sorry.
Watch out for the arm race. Square back up. Yeah, right on around. Square. Take your time. Right hand grabs your wrist bone, and left hand grabs your wrist. Yep, and right hand grabs your wrist bone. There you go. Now, whatever you feel in the moment, either rip it towards your head, then bring it over your shoulder, or if you're the armbar, you go for the armbar. Rip it towards your head, use your feet to help you push the body. I want you to keep this grip, but take your time. When he relaxes, then go. Take your time. When he relaxes, you grip it. Use your feet to help you. Whenever he relaxes, grip it.
After my first match, I was feeling very discouraged. I remember thinking straight after it, like, maybe jiu-jitsu's not for me. I don't think I'm gonna post this video. I don't think I'll compete ever again, or not for a while. I was feeling very discouraged, but it was very important to me to keep my mind strong, because that's what one of my main focuses going into this competition was. So I was trying my best to, after my first match, I was nice and warm, like I had warmed up. I got the first match out of the way, put on the Viking music, shout out to Luke, and then yeah, I'm feeling good, I'm getting in the zone. My opponent actually rocks up late and the whole gym erupts and everybody's cheering and celebrating. And this opponent, I've actually seen his name lots of times in other local comps, and it was bound for us to eventually verse one day. So I'm very glad I got to share the mats with him. I've always wanted to. It was a little intimidating. I knew that he was pretty big from the other comps I've seen him around. I didn't realize how big his arms were, and like if you watch back, you can see like veins popping through his arms. I went up to him after and I said, "Bro, you are huge. I'd love to have a physique like yours, bro." But yeah, I was, even though I had all of these things in the back of my mind, I chose to lock in and to stay very in the zone, very focused. And I honestly, no, I know for a fact I did a really good job of ignoring that voice in the back of my head. So I go onto the mats, and straight off the bat, I thought he was going to wrestle me. And I remember Khan saying to me, he said, try and play that game with him. Try to like, just for like 30 seconds and then go pull guard, you know, your A game. After my first match, I did get to warm up a little bit after that, just for 5 or so minutes. And I worked on this style of guard where I get up on my hip, and I thank you, Khan, for showing me that. I think it's going to be very beneficial for my game, and I tried my hardest to utilize it in this match. I think I did an okay job, especially I could hear Khan very loud and clear. So whenever he would shout it, I would go for it and I would try my best to do it. There was one part where I had the omoplata, and I remember thinking in my head that, oh, like, I don't necessarily know how to finish this. Sometimes omoplata is not a move that I'm very familiar with. It's not a position I'm very familiar with, but I've finished it a few times in training and stuff like that. Just a handful of times. But having it, I remember thinking like, oh no, like, you're not going anywhere. I remember he tried to like rip his arm out, and I was like, nah, that arm's mine. Like, just in my head, I was very, very confident that I had that. And then a little bit after that, I ended up getting the Kimura position, which I don't think I've ever finished a Kimura, or maybe only a handful of times as well, but definitely less than a omoplata. And I just remember thinking like, I'm in such a good position, I can breathe. I took a deep breath through my nose, a big, and I was like, yeah, okay, this is good, I can chill. And then I heard my opponent breathe like that too. I was thinking like, no, don't do that. I can't let him like catch his breath. I didn't necessarily know how to finish from there. I thought that maybe it was because I'm not strong enough. Like, that's just a position where I'd have to like muscle out. And I remember hearing Khan say, when he relaxes, go for it. But I swear the whole time he didn't relax, or if he was relaxing, he still felt super strong. But shortly after that Kimura grip, I remember hearing Khan say like he liked the reverse triangle, and it made me so happy to hear that. But also, reverse triangle is one of my favorite moves, so I wanted to, if I could have finished it like that, that would have been crazy. But I still need to work on that position. I still need to learn how to fully finish it and fully lock it up. But I just remember being super happy, and then I'm pretty sure that's when time was out and we go into overtime. When we were in overtime, I just remember like Khan saying, focus on your breathing, and I was trying really hard to just breathe through my nose, in and out my nose, try not to mouth breathe. I think I was doing a good job, and then my opponent double legged me. That was such a good double leg. There's no defending that. He had that, and I got lifted up in the air so high. I was literally airborne. And then at the very end of the match, I remember looking up at the clock and seeing like 10 seconds to go, and I didn't know what to do. I couldn't work an armbar, I couldn't work a triangle. I was like, yep, okay, just jump guillotine, just full Dustin Poirier, go for it. And we actually worked on guillotines earlier in the week at training, so I kind of learnt like the mechanics, like you gotta like throttle. I was trying my best to do that, like hand mechanic, and I actually got it under the neck. I felt it pretty good. I remember I went up to him at the end and I asked him, how close were you to tapping to that? And he said, not very close, which is pretty upsetting because I thought it was very close, but I actually thought he was tapping when he was like moving his arm to like stay up, to like keep his posture. I thought he was tapping, so it's a good thing I didn't let go. But I really think the reason I won that decision was because of that last minute guillotine. Like, it showed that like I wanted to win it. I was still in it, still could have kept going, even though I fully gassed myself out after that because I knew there was 10 seconds. So I'm like, just go for it. After this third match, I was feeling really good. As soon as I just got one win, I was super warm. I felt good. Those negative thoughts, those dark thoughts that I had, like, oh, I'm never going to compete again, or maybe jiu-jitsu's not my thing, were completely gone. And I was ready. I was like, yes, like, I'm having fun now. I'm locked in. I'm ready. And I was very excited for this match because he was the smallest opponent out of my previous two opponents were way bigger, way more muscular. So I was like, all right, finally, like someone more my size. Actually, I reckon he looked a lot smaller than me, but gee, he came out explosive. Respect to him. And that armbar that he got me in, beautiful. That was so quick. I really wasn't expecting him to just blitz and come out so quickly, but it was good. And I get taken down, but this competition, there's no points. So in the back of my head, I heard my coach Tolga yell out, sprawl. I could not sprawl. There was no time. But luckily I just pulled guard straight away. Don't have to worry about losing points, which was a relief. And when he took me down and I landed in guard, I'm thinking, all right, this actually isn't horrible because I would have pulled guard regardless. I would have pulled guard. So he's just one step ahead. Like, he's done this for me. This is good. But he was moving so quick. All respect to him. It was really good. That armbar, I thought that I was safe. I really did. But as I like ripped it out, it just made my arm deeper and gave him the perfect positioning. And oh, it was tight. If I didn't tap to that, I think my arm would have broke. So respect to him. That was really good.
Which hip are you meant to be on? Use it as a free, keep the overhook, use it as a free sweep. Butterfly hook. What are we talking about, dude? Overhook, back tape, armbar, there's your mouth guard. Well done.
Okay, now this final match, I remember watching him after my third match, and I'm thinking like, all right, it's my last match. Just empty the gas tank, have fun with it. I've already gotten a win, so nothing to stress about. While watching him in his third match, I realized that he plays guard as well and overhooks. So it's like a clash of styles because that's my game. So I was very excited for this. I was like, this is gonna be very good. This is gonna be fun. One thing I wanted to do before going into this competition, I said to myself, I want to stay calm. I want to keep a good mindset, a good strong mindset, and I'd love to go for a double or go for a takedown in general. And I've never really wrestled in a competition, so I'd love to go for do some wrestling. I did manage to do it. He did a very good job setting up that guillotine, and it was tight. I'm not gonna lie. I went to kick his leg out. I actually learned that move in kickboxing class. Shout out to Nick. And I when I learned that in kickboxing, I was like, oh, this can like translate over to jiu-jitsu. Like I gotta start trying this. And I've pulled it off in the training room a couple of times. So immediately my mind just went there and I'll perfect it, I'll get it. But it was just nah. It's like I missed the ball in soccer and slipped over. But I managed to get up. Um, and then yeah, with that finishing sequence, I'm not sure if his mouth guard falling out affected it at all, but maybe it did. I did. I absolutely ripped onto that. Like that was a tight armbar, and I gave myself a wedgie in the process, which actually, not gonna lie, it did hurt. It did hurt me a bit, but I was so pumped to get the win, to get the sub, and yeah, I was very happy with how the day went. Obviously, I would have loved to get 4 wins and win that rash guard. But I'm very happy with how the day went. I'm very glad I got to make a YouTube video out of this and embrace my own unknown journey. Shout out to Luke for winning that rash guard. I'm super jealous, but don't worry, I'll win one too. And yeah, I'm very happy for the team. Shout out to everybody that came. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, Jaden. Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you so much, Steven, for recording for me. You're the GOAT, bro. I actually love you. And shout out to Khan. Shout out to Tolga. It was a very good day. Thank you, guys. And that concludes my first video. I'll see you guys in the next.